Hey, thanks for checking out the video. In this one, we're gonna be testing the run times of these two Olight i3Ts in aluminum with these two different brands of 10440 lithium rechargeable cells. This blue one here is gonna be going in the pink i3T, and this one's from PK Cell. And it's a 350 milliamp hour capacity 10440, 3.7 voltage. Same voltage on this second one, which is from Demon Fire. This one claims to have 600 milliamp hour capacity, so 250 more milliamp hour capacity than the PK Cell. And yeah, like I said, this one's from Demon Fire. The interesting thing about this one, the most interesting thing about this one to me, is that it claims to be protected. And if that's true, that's pretty awesome, because that would prevent the capacity from being damaged too much when the battery drains low. The protected circuit would prevent this from getting damaged to preserve the capacity more over time. So, shout out to those of you who mentioned this in the comment to the last video, to test the voltage of these after the test to see if this thing is protected, because if it is, it should hold at a voltage. I want to say, if my memory serves me, it should hold at about 2.8 and not go lower. Whereas I don't know what the voltage would be like on this one that without protection. So hope to find that out. We'll bring a new, got my multimeter here. So we will test these cells. They're fully charged right now. So I can test the voltage that we're starting out. Should be right around 3.7 because that's what's on the battery. So let's try that out real quick. Hard to work this here. Let's see. Kind of see the screen. Sorry about this. That'll do. So let's start with this PK cell first. Should see something close to 3.7. Okay, 4.1, not too far off in the ballpark. Now for the Demon Fire cell. Same thing. Yeah, 4.1 or so. So yeah, nice and charged up. We'll see what it's like after the test and see if this protected cell is indeed protected, because if it is, that'd be a good selling point for the Demon Fire. So anyway, yeah, let's get into the runtime. In the past, we saw about 20 minutes exactly from the PK cell, and that's gonna go into this pink light, like I said. This is unknown, so we'll figure out if we will get improved runtime. If we can make it to 25 minutes, I would be stoked. I think that's a bit too optimistic, but we shall see. Anyway, let me get the time lapse set up and we'll see what we can find out. All right, and real quick, before we get into the results, I just wanted to point this out because I keep forgetting. The Demon Fire cell is actually just a little bit taller, maybe a millimeter or two. That's just something I keep forgetting to mention, but it's worth noting. It still fits in the light, but the spring on the tail cap does get quite compressed when it's loaded into the light. So yeah, I just didn't want that to surprise anybody if they did end up getting these. All right, test complete. Both LEDs made it through, and yeah, I had never tested the Demon Fire cell on high mode for an extended period of time, but I actually wasn't even too worried about this light. It's been through so much already. But yeah, still kicking, both lights. So what did we see? Basically, the PK cell We saw a similar performance to last time. Last time on high when we tested it was about 20 minutes. It made it to 22 minutes this time before it started flickering. And it flickered all the way up to the 35-minute mark. And it probably would have gone further. I just stopped it at a certain point because basically it was clear that the light was done. And I just didn't want to damage the cell much more than I had to. But yeah, as you can see, we got the flicker here. It's not showing up on camera just as well as it is in real life, but it's actually flickering more rapidly to my eye than what I'm seeing on the screen. But anyway, yeah, I'd say 22 minutes of solid runtime usable light from the PK cell. Now the output does taper off at the end before it starts to flicker. That could be said of both of these. Just something to be aware of. But yeah, about 22 minutes this time around, which was pretty cool. Pretty close to last time. And this one really surprised me. We saw 29 minutes. 29 minutes of constant usable light. And it's what happened after that that kind of shocked me. It just stopped. No flicker, nothing, just turned off. And so that gives me some optimism when it comes to the protected claim on the battery, because I was expecting to see some flicker. And in fact, on the low mode runtime test, I thought it did flicker for just a little bit, a few minutes. So I was pretty surprised to see it stop. Before we test the voltage of these batteries, safety first. Okay, so take it from a random guy, take it from a stranger on the internet. These lights do get hot, okay? So can't recommend this. I would hate for anybody to get injured or any property to be damaged because of this. So, you know, this is at your own discretion. Can't say it's recommended. These lights do get really hot. And the Demon Fire cell, to my touch, was hotter even than the PK cell got. So, you know, take that information and be very careful. Might want to steer clear. You know, if you only use the light for a little while, it's not an issue, but my fear is that if these get turned on inadvertently and they're near something combustible or skin, that's when you can run into a problem. So safety first, but yeah, let's check the voltage out of these cells. Let's start with the PK cell first. And whatever voltage we find here, I'm expecting to be a good bit lower than the voltage of the Demon Fire cell. So let's see what we can find out. Can you guys see the screen of the, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, 1.9, that's not too bad. 1.95 or so. Yeah. So just under 2 for the PK cell. Let's compare that to what we find on the Demon Fire cell. Now, if I'm remembering correctly from someone in the comments of the last video, they said it should stop. The protection circuit should kick in at around 2.8 volts. This is outside of my expertise, so that's kind of what I'm going off of. I think that's gonna be based on that comment. I'm kind of expecting to see a number just like that, but we'll see here. Let's see. 2.9. Wow. Okay. So the light did shut off before the voltage got too low. It does seem to be protected. So at least we found that out. And yeah, got some good runtime data too. I hope this video helps and was slightly entertaining at least. I appreciate you watching if you made it this far. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.